Boy, that's a lot of dishes. And guess what? You're gonna watch me do these dishes. So here we go. It's lazy do time and we're gonna read some comments. We're gonna read them. It's lazy do time and I'll tell you all about it. Let's all go and read them comics. Done. Alright, so I am bored doing dishes, so well, I just thought I'd turn on the camera and start spewing off a few things. Today I'm going to talk about, well, let's see, what am I going to talk about? I guess, holy, sorry, but look at this. How did that not get washed? Holy, man, can't trust dishwashers these days. Anyway, I guess I want to talk about a certain level of respect that happens in comics. And also a bit of the lamer elements to comic books. Now, let's see. First I'm going to start off with how respect goes in comic books. Man, I know you can't really see my head, but oh well. Now, the way respect works in comic books is when a character comes out, it doesn't matter how lame the name, how stupid the concept, if it sticks around long enough and people and if it sticks around long enough and people don't complain, then guess what? Sometimes it becomes a loved aspect of comic books. My first example that I want to talk about is Robin. Now, I love Robin, but the whole concept, like, look at, if you were a superhero, would you name yourself Robin? Seriously, even if you're a sidekick, why would you call yourself Robin? I know the whole thing for it was to, just give him a younger sidekick. But Robin? I mean, come on. It sounds like it's such a lame name, right? But, over the years in comics, as we grew with Robin's character and all of that, we like him and we know that he's a very strong character and he can do a whole lot of things. So, he's been given respect. I'm making a YouTube video while I do my dishes. Sorry, my mom. Anyway, okay, where was I? Yes, respect. So, but there are many other lame things in comics, like lame ideas, but still stick around. Dinosaur Island, for one thing. I don't think anyone's really visited there in the comics for a while now, but it's still there, an island full of dinosaurs. It's like a Lost World ripoff or King Kong or something like that. But it's still there. Why? Well, because it was used a bunch of the times in the past. Now, but there are some concepts that they're so lame that people even back then found them lame, and they never gain any respect. Like, I don't know, some alien races that were just there. Or something like that. I'm just trying to think. Now, Blue Beetle. I don't know a whole lot about Blue Beetle, but why would you want to name a superhero after a beetle? A beetle? I mean, that's like one of the most hated creatures in human history. I mean, because it's so ugly and you step on it, it makes that crunching sound. Hi. But again, over the years, Blue Beetle has gotten a fan base, and it's the characters. That's why. It's the characters. You can name anyone anything, and if the character is great, then then it will be then people will like it. Like, I don't know, like Rosarge. Rosarge from Watchmen. He was only around for the Watchmen comic book, and yet he's just like Wizard Magazine named him, I think, number 5 in the greatest comic book characters ever, and he was only in there for like, and he was only in one comic book series. That's saying something. So, I guess you can say, why the heck am I doing this? Why am I talking about respecting comic books? I don't know. Like, let's go from that to another aspect that I can't believe kind of actually stuck around. Gorilla City in the Flash. You know, Grodd, and his old mind control thing. A talking monkey. Yeah, that's a great villain. Who thinks up this stuff? But again, Grodd is a great villain. It's because he's a good character. And when you get a good character, it doesn't matter if you're human or a monkey or even a character from the 5th dimension. People just like you. Like, I wonder why the heck would you think of making a clown a villain? A clown, one of the most harmless, children-friendly things. Why would you think of making him a villain? Why? It makes no sense. But then, you do, and what do you get? The best superhero villain ever. That's what you get. Okay. Let's see. Losing my train of thought here. So, comic books, some things just have to grow over time. You know, they suck now, but then later on, you never know. Like, I don't know, I'm losing track of what to say here. I've kind of made my point. Let's see. But some things are just never, challenged in comic books. I mean, like, nobody ever, some things that people say, okay, that's impossible. Like, for instance, the teleporter in the Justice League Tower. I mean, notice nobody ever questioned it. Nobody ever asked how it works, or why it works, or who invented it. And if they do, I've never read it. I've never read it where they talked about it. Like, if nobody ever talked about it, like, why didn't more people use it? That could be like an amazing weapon. A teleporter. Like, imagine pushing a nuclear bomb through a teleporter to another place, like thousands of miles away from you. You could just put a nuclear bomb through it and turn it off. No one could stop you. Well, I don't know. But, like, I think there could be, like, but probably because of Star Trek and this teleporter thing, no one's really questioned why teleporters work. And it's fine. Things work in comic book worlds that, well, obviously things work in comic book worlds that can't work here. I mean, like, but that's not the point. I mean, just like, people don't question things in comic book worlds like we would in a normal story. And it's because over time, things have gotten a little sci-fi and have gotten a little unrealistic, which is fine. Like, did you notice that when you watch Batman Begins? Did you notice that the scene where all the bats come and start attacking the police and SWAT team? Did you notice that you didn't really question how that really worked? You just accepted it, that Batman found a way to do that. It's kind of weird, huh? I find it weird. But it's we don't. It's like going to the dentist, which I actually did today. You know, when you go to the dentist, sometimes we can get so eerie of strangers touching us or being in a tight quarters with strangers. But when we go to the dentist, we don't mind them putting our fingers in our mouth and moving around. We don't mind that for some reason. Or people, like, we would go nuts if somebody else touched our hair. But when it comes to hair dressers and barbers, we're okay with it. It's just the same in comics. We accept it because in the comic book world, anything's possible. Don't just say that. I don't just say that lightly. I mean, anything is possible. People have come back from the dead in comics. So, and people will accept it. Of course, if you don't even try to make sense of it, people won't accept it. They'll just see